Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today I'm going to be doing another part in my top 50 albums of all time series, and this is going to be from 20 to 11, so we're getting close to next episode. Will be the final and top 10. So at number 20 we have, in my opinion, Alter Bridge's best album, and yes, such a great album. It is Blackbird by Alter Bridge. I mean, with songs like Ties That Bind, Come to Life, Rise Today, Blackbird, Before Tomorrow Comes, I could practically list you the whole album. Especially a song like Blackbird, it has possibly the greatest guitar solo of the 21st century. And to be honest, a guitar solo that deserves to be up there with Freebird and Comfortably Numb, Stairway to Heaven, any song like that. Mark Tremonti is phenomenal. Miles Kennedy's voice and even his rhythm guitar is amazing. It's just such a good album with such catchy songs which are wonderful live. At number 19 we have The Final Frontier by Iron Maiden. This is actually my second favourite Iron Maiden album. And yeah, I'm a big Iron Maiden fan. I think there's 4 in my top 50. And this is actually my second favourite album. Things like Final Frontier, El Dorado, and especially When the Wild Wind Blows, which, as I said in my review of this, is a song that deserves to be up there with Hallowed Be Thy Name and Number of the Beast. It's a classic song. And again, I saw them live on this tour actually, and it was phenomenal. The songs like El Dorado are so catchy, and then they share their progressive elements with something like Satellite 15, which is the intro to The Final Frontier. It's just such a great metal album. It's classic Iron Maiden with prog elements. So for me, as a fan of classic Maiden and prog, wonderful. Then at number 18 we have the first Metallica album to be in my top 50. Certainly not the last. This is Metallica's And Justice for All. And I always have thought that Metallica have a holy trinity of albums. And I think out of the holy trinity, this is the weakest. But clearly I don't think it's that weak, as it's at number 18 on my top 50 albums of all time. Things like Blackened, of course, One, And Justice for All, The Frayed Ends of Sanity. Just I love this album. It just captures a warmness and an energy, even if there is virtually no bass on it, because Metallica turned it down so much, and the production value on this album is shocking. I just think it captures something that, that just most albums don't. And, very good. At number 17, we have another Metallica album, and this is my second favourite in the Holy Trinity. And this is the classic, I think 1986 album, Master of Puppets. This classic iconic album cover here. I mean, I don't even know if I need to name songs on this. Master of Puppets, Welcome Home Cemetery, Orion, Disposable Heroes. What do I need to say? One of the classic metal thrash albums. Just phenomenal, absolutely mind-blowing, heavy, fast, wonderful. Okay, at number 16 we have my album of the year of 2011, which is, if you saw the video you'll know, but it is Black Stone Cherry's Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. What an album by upcoming Southern rockers Black Stone Cherry. Things like the singles White Trash Millionaire, In My Blood, then lesser ones of Like I Roll, which I think is the best track on the album, Such a Shame, Killing Floor, and then I have here, this is the special edition, which contains 3 extra songs, and I think Fade Away and Die For You are 2 of the best songs on the album, and they are bonus tracks. They weren't good enough to make it on this album. That just shows how amazing Black Stone Cherry are. Their 2 previous albums are very good as well. Weakness, saying like Blame It on the Boom Boom. but I saw them live supporting Alter Bridge. They were wonderful, and I'm going to see them live in their own right with Rival Sons supporting very soon, actually next month or something. Very excited for that, and on this album's tour. Wonderful, wonderful album. So let's see, 29, 16, okay, number 15 is, again, I believe, just like Metallica, that Pink Floyd have Holy Trinity of albums. And in my opinion, this is the weakest of the Trinity, but yeah, it's still my 15th favourite album of all time, so I'm not criticising it by any means. And this, if you just saw a peek of the album cover, is Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. What more do I need to say except shine on you crazy diamond? I think if they just put that on the album, it'd probably still be in the same place. The fact it has things like Welcome to the Machine, Have a Cigar, and the title track Wish You Were Here are just bonuses to the incredible Shine on You Crazy Diamond Part 1 and Part 2. I think it is one of the greatest songs ever. Probably my second favourite Pink Floyd song. It's just such a beautiful album. It really is just beautiful. At number 14, God, I didn't actually mean to throw that on. At number 14, I have Magnum's classic album and the fans' favourite, but this isn't my favourite Magnum album. On a Storyteller's Night, I did a review of this recently, and I gave it a 9.5. You don't need to say much more. How Far Jerusalem, on a Storyteller's Night, the wonderful, haunting, excellent Les Mortes Dansant, the Dancing Dead as it is in English, All England's Eyes. You know, I've seen them play quite a few of these songs live on their Visitation tour. It's a slightly weaker album. Yeah, I mean, what an album. This isn't even their best in my opinion. But it's just, if you like melodic rock and you don't know these people, then listen to them. They are the kings of melodic rock, really. Right, so let's see. That was, let's see. This is number 13. So number 13, we have Seether's Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces. The, let's see, I don't know, third album from post-grunge South Africans, Seether. And, well, songs like a Suicide, Fake It, Rise Above This, No Jesus Christ. And of course this edition is the later edition, so it has the covers of Careless Whisper, and I believe that it has one with a sort of full orchestra and one of just them. And I do believe probably is the greatest cover of all time. Well, no, okay, I take that back. I'd say that Slow Gin by Joe Bonamassa, which was a Tim Curry song, is the greatest cover of all time. This is the second greatest cover. But still, the songs on this are just so catchy. You know, Rise Above This, No Jesus Christ, they just are such a great chorus, such a heaviness, such a aggression and passion. It's just so different. It's just, it's such a breath of fresh air from a lot of the modern music, and even their new album, Holding On Strings Best Left to Fray, they just went along with commercial rubbish with that. It's good, it was decent, but nothing compared to this. It just has a warmness to it, a sort of, you know, nirvana to it. At number 12, we have my favourite Iron Maiden album of all time, and this is A Matter of Life and Death. Their 2006 Civil Right, release, with things like, let's see, For the Greater Good of God, The Longest Day, These Colours Don't Run, just different. Well, if I could name the whole album, it's 10 songs of absolute perfection. This is just, to me, again, it's really, I think, some of the first twinges of Iron Maiden's new progressive approach that they're going through. Not to say they're prog rock, but the fact that For the Greater Good of God is at 9 minutes 24, Brighton and Thousand Suns 8:44, Longest Day 7:48, These Colours Don't Run 6:52. These are not short songs. The shortest song is Different World, which is at 4:17. So yeah, this is not for the pop fans out there. This is for the true Iron Maiden fans, and it is a phenomenal album, and in my opinion, their best. Then at number 11, and the last album of this video, is my favourite Magnum album of all time, and that is, are you ready for this? Into the Valley of the Moon King. I mean, wow. Cry to Yourself, All My Bridges, The Moon King, No One Knows His Name, In My Mind's Eye, A Face in the Crowd, even Blubbed on Your Barbed Wire Thorns, which is very AC/DC-ish song. This is melodic rock at its finest. This is actually the second to last album. I hope The Visitation isn't their last album, it's the last one that they released, which was last year. And this was released in 2009. I unfortunately missed the tour because I wasn't well. But what an album. All of these songs, including the song at the beginning, Intro, which is just an intro, is brilliant. I've seen on Wiki a lot of people label them as prog. They are not prog. All of these are sort of 4-minute songs. Huge catchy choruses from Bob Catley's hugely powerful voice. Brilliant songwriting from Tony Clarkin and wonderful guitar work from him, and overall just absolutely fantastic. If you're a fan of rock, if you're a fan of melodic rock, if you're a fan of just any form of rock, listen to this album. It's only cheap on Amazon, just buy it. There's no need to even listen to headphones, you just go on Amazon and buy it. Okay, so that has been from 20 to 11 of my top 50 albums of all time, and I hope you enjoyed. And yes, so next week on Friday, probably going to Saturday, as most of them do. I tend to film them on Friday and they get out just on Saturday. Which is a bit irritating, but yes, so expect it on Friday/Saturday next week, and it'll be the final part of literally from 10 to number 1. So I hope you enjoyed. This has been the Album Man. Comment, rate, subscribe, and bye.